Welcome to ProPractice, your guide to refine, enliven, and illuminate the piano repertoire. I'm Josh Wright, and today's episode is part of the New Technique series, and we will be covering the key of E flat. So E flat major and E flat minor for the scales and arpeggios, and then all of the triads and all of the seventh chords for this key. Today's unique exercise is going to deal with touch, and I'm going to give you a couple different exercises to help with touch. And just for that reason, we're going to start off with scales because it's the most applicable exercise. You can most easily apply the different methods to scales, and you can certainly do it to the other things that I mentioned, but it will be most easily understood with scales. Okay, so touch, voicing, color, these are concepts I want to explain today, and you can get really creative with however you want to practice this. You can make up your own ways. I'm just only going to be able to present a few of these in this lesson, but let's go over the fingering first of all for E flat major. All right, for the right hand, I like to start with a 3. You could start with a 2 if you'd like. 4 on the B flat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. Okay. Left hand. 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. So just group them in your mind like that. Okay, let's try hands together slowly for 2 octaves. So I've mentioned this in just about every video. You want to focus on where your 4th finger goes because it only comes once per octave. So in the left hand it comes on A flats. So if you notice your fingering's getting off, it's probably because you're crossing over to a 4 on something other than A flat, or you're crossing over to a 3 on A flat, and that's screwing up your fingering. Okay? In the right hand, B flat. I just wanted to try something out really quick. Yeah, you could have kind of a variation of the fingering where you cross over to 4s in the left hand on Ds, but it's not comfortable. I like 4s on A flats. It makes everything much more comfortable. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's try it 4 octaves a little faster. Okay, let's get into one of these types of exercises. One thing that I like to teach students to help their scales get very perfect so far as touch and releasing evenly is this exercise called the overlapping exercise. I've mentioned in some of my other videos before. All you do is, first of all, the symptom is sometimes students do this. And you might be guilty of that, or you might have little gaps, or you might be overlapping too much. How do you get rid of that? The best exercise I've found is just this little overlapping thing. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to overlap, and then we're going to release the previous note. Overlap, release the previous note. Overlap, release the previous note. Overlap, 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 overlap. Okay, so the best way I like to do this is say down, off, down, off, down, off, down, off. And you got to make a deliberate off when you come off. Down, off, down, off, down, off, down, off, down, off, down, off, off, down, off, down, off, down, off, and then you come back down. As you get better, down, off, 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 and so forth, and down, off, down, off, down, off, down. And then it becomes just second nature to have the perfect releases. Okay, let's try that. Maybe just 1 octave, hands together. Down, off, down, off, down, off. Oh, wrong fingering, sorry. Down, off, 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 down, off. scales. The next method that I want to go over is determining color. Okay, so we're going to try it a little flatter of fingers. Again, this is just experimentation. This video, I've gone over pretty straightforward methods for all of the other videos. I wanted to explore something that's a little less direct today and more subjective to your personal tastes. So you can practice all of these ways if you'd like, or just pick and choose. Little flatter fingers gives more surface area on the keys. You can hear little waves of sound in there, little waves of color, and the touch is less. Here, I'll play the same dynamic level versus. Can you hear the difference? The flatter fingers give us a little more soft, even, blurry sound. Really great for something like Ravel. I wouldn't want to play. Sounds too vertical. You want it to be very gentle. Same thing in Ondine. That was Jadot by Ravel. This is Ondine by Ravel. I have to have this light touch. Where do you think that you learn that kind of stuff? Well, you could start with scales. Why not? Again, I like to have those little fluctuations in the sound so that you don't just practice dead sound. Because that just sounds dead, but if you have... And maybe you practice your rubato. How gradual you can make that. I remember one of the greatest examples I've ever heard about rubato, which means the pushing and pulling of time. In Italian, I believe the root word is rubar or robar, which means to rob. So that's what it's referring to. Is Heinrich Neuhaus said, a pianist is never a thief. He gives back what he takes away. So if you steal away time, you give it back, or vice versa. If you lend it out, you have to take it back. And so one thing that he said, he gave two images that are just brilliant. He said, I like to think of a train gradually coming through the station, away from the station, and then it gradually speeds up, but you can't really tell exactly the moment. Like, there's never a moment where they like press on the gas and shoot forward. It's like very gradual. And at the beginning, it's slower than you would imagine, and then it starts picking up a little quicker than you'd imagine. That's good rubato. Another one he said for the opposite, rather than speeding up, is to think of a sink dripping. You know, like just dripping into a sink, just a faucet dripping. And I thought that was also brilliant to help you kind of slow down gradually. That's a great image to remember. So let's try a little bit of rubato here with this nice, beautiful color. Thank you so much for watching. As with all ProPractice videos, the first section is free. If you'd like to view the rest of this video, or if you'd like to learn more about ProPractice, just click on the link on this screen or on the link in the comments section below. Also, if you could like this video, share it, or leave a comment below so it can be shared with as many people as possible, I would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support of ProPractice.